In the heart of a small American town lived a boy named Daniel Carter, born into poverty. Daniel grew up in a rusty trailer park on the edge of Ohio. His father was a factory worker who lost his job after an injury, and his mother worked double shifts at a diner just to keep food on the table. For many people, Daniel's future seemed already written, a cycle of poverty that could never be broken. But Daniel had other plans. He wanted to rise. From a young age, Daniel understood what hardship meant. While other kids showed off their new sneakers, he wore torn shoes passed down from cousins. At school, he was often mocked for his clothes and the smell of cheap detergent his mother used. But Daniel had one thing others didn't, an unshakable determination. He would sit in the public library for hours, reading books on science, business, and self-development. He didn't just dream, he prepared himself for a better future. By the age of 15, Daniel was already working part-time jobs. He delivered newspapers at dawn, washed dishes at a diner after school, and on weekends, he helped clean offices downtown. While his classmates spent money on parties, Daniel saved every dollar he could. But life wasn't easy. Many nights he went to bed hungry. Sometimes the electricity in their trailer got cut off because bills couldn't be paid. Still, he told himself, "This is not permanent. I will change my life." Daniel wanted to go to college, but his SAT scores weren't impressive. He applied to several universities and was rejected by most. The ones that accepted him were too expensive. For a moment, he felt defeated. But instead of giving up, Daniel made a decision. He would start small and build himself up. He enrolled in community college, taking night classes while working at a construction site during the day. At 19, something changed. While cleaning an office building one night, Daniel overheard a group of businessmen talking about startups and entrepreneurship. Words he had only read about in books suddenly came alive. He realized, if they can build companies, why can't I? That night, Daniel wrote down a simple but powerful goal. I will create something that solves problems for people, and I will not stop until I succeed. Daniel started small. With the little savings he had, he bought a second-hand laptop. He spent countless nights learning coding, marketing, and business strategies online. He failed at his first two ideas. One was a food delivery app that nobody used, and the second was an online clothing store that collapsed after 3 months. Each failure brought him debt, doubt, and laughter from people around him. Even his relatives told him to stop dreaming and just get a stable job. But Daniel didn't stop. He believed that every failure was teaching him something new. One summer, while working construction, Daniel noticed how unsafe the work environment was. Poor communication between workers often led to accidents. He thought, what if there was an app that helped construction teams communicate instantly and track safety issues? That idea became his breakthrough. Daniel created a simple prototype with his limited coding skills. At first, nobody paid attention. But after months of pitching, a small construction company agreed to test it. The results were impressive. Accidents decreased, productivity increased. Word spread. More companies started using Daniel's app. Within 2 years, his startup, Safe Build Technologies, was serving hundreds of construction sites across America. At the age of 25, Daniel was no longer the poor boy from the trailer park. He was the CEO of a fast-growing tech company, employing dozens of people, many of them from his old neighborhood. He bought his parent a home, gave his mother the chance to retire from her diner job, and ensured his father had access to the best medical care. Media outlets began writing about him. The poor boy who built $1 million startup. Daniel became an inspiration not just in Ohio, but across the country. When asked about the secret of his success, Daniel always said, I wasn't smarter than others. I wasn't luckier. I just refused to quit. Poverty was my beginning, not my ending. Daniel Carter's story teaches us that no matter how poor your background, no matter how tough the struggles, determination and hard work can change your destiny. Poverty is not permanent. It's only a chapter, not the whole book.